What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Level 11. So today I am going to rank every Star Fox game, as I have finally played all of the mainline entries, and so we're just going to go ahead and hop right into it right away. And we are going to be doing these in chronological order, so we are starting with the original Star Fox. I'm going to put it in C tier for now. If I put the rest of the games in and I don't like where they are, then I might rearrange them, but for now, the original Star Fox is going in C tier. You gotta pay some respect to the original, but man, it's, 5 frames a second. B tier just seems too high for it, to be honest, so, it does have some things about it that are kind of cool, but I'm actually gonna talk about the specifics of one of those things in particular later on. However, one thing that I do want to mention that Star Fox does is that it actually does have alternate paths, like in Star Fox 64, and we will get into why that's a big deal as I get further into this list. Alright, up next is Star Fox 2. I'm putting this in F tier. I did not like it. Originally, when it was being made, it actually got shelved and never came out because Star Fox 64 was going to come out too close to it, and after playing it, I can absolutely see why that was the case. They actually did end up releasing it for the Super Nintendo Mini that came out in like 2018, 2019, give or take, and it also got re-released on Nintendo Switch Online for the Super Nintendo. So I was able to play it on Nintendo Switch Online, and boy oh boy, I did not like it. It has the same problem as Star Fox 1 with the low frame rate, but it has two things going against it that Star Fox, the original, did not. And the first of those is this, strategic implementation of, where to go and when, and having to keep into, take into consideration when other enemies were, gaining, they were getting closer to you, and, when you could do X, Y, or Z. And there was this whole thing about, using pilots and stuff like that. And, that all could be good if the game wasn't a Super Nintendo game. Like, if it was a Nintendo 64 game and it had all these features, I think it would have been pulled off way better than it ended up being. I don't know, it just didn't feel very playable. And the other reason I didn't like it is because it would switch you automatically from third person to first person. If it were just an option, like it is in most of the other games, that would be great. But having to be in first person, where you're barely, you're hanging on for dear life trying to play this game as it is, putting it in first person against your will just makes it all the worse. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have to put Star Fox 2 in F tier. I cannot recommend this game. Alright, you guys probably saw this coming. Star Fox 64, S tier. Part of me... I'm a little petty with this game because part of me wants to put it in A tier just because of how much Nintendo seems to remake this game. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in S tier because that's not really this game's fault. It's just, it is the best Star Fox game, zero questions asked. It still is super playable and holds up today very well, in my opinion. An absolute classic, one of the best titles on Nintendo 64. Really fun game. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it that hasn't already been said, but, it's got an excellent soundtrack. Game plays perfectly fine, in my opinion, still to this day. The story's very basic, but I do like that, the whole relationship with Star Fox and his dad and, all that. It is nice how they went about it, particularly with the final mission, if you get the true ending. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Star Fox 64 is probably going to be the top game on this list. Anyway, moving on, we've got Star Fox Adventures. I'm kind of not sure where to put it between B and C tier. Gosh, that's tough. I really liked the ending. I was super happy with the ending. So part of me wants to put it in B tier. I'm going to put it in C tier, but I will put it above the original Star Fox. It plays more like a, typical third-person action-adventure Zelda game almost even. But, I mean, I think I had more fun with Star Fox Adventures than I did the original Star Fox. even though I prefer the R-Wing for Star Fox games 100% of the time, not 10% of the time, only in the ending. Sorry for the spoilers. But, you know, it was still, looking back, it wasn't that bad, and there's certain parts of it that I thought were pretty meme-worthy. Nobody brings me gifts anymore. You know, if you know, you know. So Star Fox Adventures, not a great game, but it has its moments, and overall, it can be pretty fun, and I can kind of see why people look back on it as positively as they do. Alright, I think it's time to move on to Star Fox Assault. Now, this is a little tricky. I think I want to put it like... I'm going to put it in B tier for now, because I actually really, really love Star Fox Assault, and this is the direction that I think the series should have gone in. If you were going to have on-foot sections, they should have been things where, like, you can hop in and out of the R-Wing or in and out of the Landmaster, like you were able to here, have the third-person shooter, you know, side of things, like it did, and being able to, like, be on the side of an R-Wing with a giant minigun or rocket launcher was badass. This game has a lot going for it, however, the controls are not very good on foot, and the campaign is pretty short, and there's no alternative paths. Even the original Star Fox has alternative paths, but Star Fox Assault does not. So for those reasons, this actually lands in B tier instead of A tier for me. But still, overall, like, if there were no remakes in here, this would be a much shorter video, first of all, but it would also be in A tier instead of B tier. But, yeah. Anyway, as far as the original titles are concerned, if we're not including Star Fox 64, Assault is my favorite. Absolutely. I do not get why people prefer Adventures over Assault. This is an actual Star Fox game. This is not. Anyway, moving on. Star Fox Command. This game feels like a fever dream, dude. Like, it's been a while since I played it, because I played it when it first came out. I remember kind of liking it. Part of me wondered if I should play it again so I can have a little bit more fresh memory on it, but I don't know. Story-wise, it was a fever dream when it came to, like, all the alternate endings and what could happen and shit. Like, you know, Crystal can join Star Wolf, Slippy can get a girlfriend, you know, weird stuff going on there. But the actual R-Wing gameplay was okay, but it is the other game in this list that has that strategy thing, like from Star Fox 2. And so, you know, I don't know how I feel about that, because, I mean, I liked it enough in Command, but, I mean, I hated it in Star Fox 2, because Star Fox 2 is another Super Nintendo Star Fox. Last thing Star Fox on Super Nintendo needs is more complex, like, gameplay mechanics, because you're already dealing with such limited, you know, you're dealing with such a limited setup as it is. But Star Fox Command, I think I gotta put it... It's either the bottom of C or the bottom of B, and that's so strange to me. It's like, okay, do I like it more than Star Fox Adventures and the original, or less than Star Fox Adventures and the original? I'm gonna put it in B tier, which is pretty wild. But I'm doing it. You know, I'm doing it. It is what it is. But I look back on the game pretty fondly, to be honest. So, yeah, I do like Command. But if I were to go back and play it, that might change my mind. Alright, Star Fox 64 3D. I'm gonna put this in B tier, above Command, but below Assault. We don't need Star Fox 64 remade ever again, especially, you know, because of this. But, yeah. This was good. This was good. It was inoffensive. Out of all the Star Fox 64 remakes, well, in a way, contextually, this one pisses me off the least because it was the first time that they had actually done it, and it was pretty faithful. So, I like Star Fox 64 3D. The gyro controls were solid. I don't really have any complaints about it, other than the fact that, you know, gyro on the 3DS, it's like, okay, you either can use gyro controls or you can play in 3D comfortably. You can't have both. You know, so, anyway, it is what it is. Unless you had, like, one of the really new Nintendo 3DS systems, you could not get both. Anyway, we're moving on to Star Fox Zero. So this is the one that I beat the most recently for the first time. I ordered a copy on Amazon for pretty cheap so that I could actually make this video and be like, yeah, I played it. I played Star Fox Zero. It's going in D tier. And this is the most offensive of the Star Fox 64 remakes in my opinion, because this came out only 5 years after this, and there were no Star Fox games between these two. It's like, yeah, we just released 64 3D as a Star Fox game. What's our next Star Fox game be? How about another remake of 64? How about you suck my dick, Nintendo? That shit pissed me off, and the controls are pretty bad, and you're going through the game and it's like, you know, it's kind of cool and it kind of works, but at the same time you see the high scores that you're supposed to beat to get gold medals on any of these levels, and I can't help but think to myself, how the fuck am I supposed to actually pull that off with these dog water controls? So, there is that. I forget what it's called, but like there's the R-Wing transformation where you like turn into a little dinosaur, your R-Wing turns into a little dinosaur and runs around. That thing is actually from the original Star Fox, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's from 2, but I think it's from the original Star Fox. So that's a nice little callback to the original, but overall, it's the least faithful of the remakes to 64. It like goes off in its own direction more than the other Star Fox remakes do. But at that point, just make a new game with a new story. Why did you have to remake 64 again? And why was it a reboot if it was going to be on the Wii U, the console that no one bought? So like from a business perspective and like a creative perspective, this game makes like 0 sense to me. But going through it, I still enjoyed it more than Star Fox 2. Like, I actually beat it. I did not beat Star Fox 2. Sorry, not sorry. I didn't need to beat this to know that this was going to go in here. And on that note, I did not play Star Fox Guard, but I don't need to. I can, look at it and I can tell it's not for me. And even if I could play it, I wouldn't want to. It's just, there's no way to access it. It's only on the Wii U, and it's only available through the eShop, and the eShop isn't available anymore. And I'm not trying to find out how to emulate Wii U games, since there would have to be a second screen somehow, and I don't even know how that would work with the gyro and everything, so no. Yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, even though I have 0, it like gives you a free access to Guard if the eShop's up and running, but it's not. So, yeah, I don't have to go to prison to know that it's lame, and I don't want to be there. And that's what I have to say about Star Fox Guard. If you want to give me crap for not playing Star Fox Guard, but including it, go ahead, I don't care. Now, the Star Fox 2026 remake. I previously did a video titled "It Sucks Being a Longtime Nintendo Fan," and I still stand by that, but I did buy Star Fox. In the video I said that I wouldn't, but I did buy it, and I'll tell you why I bought it. It's because I'm going to sell my copy to someone else who was going to buy it anyway. So, when I do that, I'm going to buy a used copy, so that Nintendo doesn't get 2 sales out of me and a friend. They only get 1 because he was going to buy it anyway. So, I cheated the system, assuming that I actually am able to find a used copy. Anyway, A tier. It's a very good remake of Star Fox 64. It is, like, as far as time is concerned, yeah, it's 10 years removed from Star Fox Zero, but still, no original Star Fox titles between these two Star Fox games, so it kind of pisses me off, but at the same time, it's such a good remake that I can forgive it. Yeah, you know, the music is great, the added story is great, the game itself is still intact and magnificent, the graphics are magnificent. It is overall a really good package, and it's not priced too egregiously, so I really do like the remake for Star Fox 64, Star Fox 2026. It is a good game, and I hope that Nintendo can make original Star Fox games moving forward. But yeah, so as I'm looking this over, is it like, I'm gonna move Assault over to A tier. This just looks a little cleaner, and I like it enough that I'm gonna put it in A tier, and then these be my B tier, C tier, yeah. So, I think that is how it all looks. Now, again, in that same video, I also mentioned, okay, how many of these games are the same game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all the same story. They're all going after Andros, and, you know, Corneria's the first level, and blah, 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 blah. and there's alternate paths and blah 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 blah. So I do not want to see this game remade ever again for the rest of my life. I can die and not see this game remade again. If Nintendo remakes this game again, I know I said this, before this game had been announced, but if Nintendo remakes this game again, I'm just gonna be so fucking annoyed. I'm just gonna be so fucking annoyed. Anyway, yeah, this is me ranking the whole Star Fox series. Obviously, it's, there's not many games in this series, because, I swear, no, Star Fox Assault is a good palette. It's a good framework for the series, but I guess Nintendo just didn't agree with that, and a lot of the player base didn't, but that's mostly because of the on-foot controls and the short campaign with no alternate paths, in my opinion, anyway. So, where would you guys rank all the Star Fox games? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff, and we will see you all next time. Until then, keep leveling up, everyone, and take care.